A cornucopia of stupidity masquerading as a podcast. Critics have hailed it as everything from and...
Hello there. Welcome back to the Team Wing It podcast, and I'm your host, Dave Morgan. And in case you haven't noticed, we are now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, two of the biggest podcasting platforms around, or not platforms, you know what I mean, wherever you listen to your podcasts. So I'm adding to the smaller ones if people actually listen to them. Hopefully I get found a bit more. So let's see how this goes, shall we? So an idea I've been toying with is how can I get other people onto the podcast? And I figured out a way. Don't actually need people to be here having another microphone, even though I have the two microphones, as we found out with the one with Josh last time. I can actually record phone calls on the phone. With the iPhone I have, there's a button that has record the conversation. So I press record and it actually tells both people that we are recording, and I can have just a normal conversation. So it actually worked a little bit. I had a phone call last night, so I tried it for a few seconds, and I'll add the audio in here. All right, now I just want to talk like this for a few seconds because I want to try something. That way,
Right.
no, trust me, there's nothing suspicious, but I was thinking, how good would this be to do a podcast? So
This would be very good.
So if I can talk to someone on the phone like this and then transfer the audio to the computer and do podcasts that way too.
That would be very cool.
So as you can see, it actually works. That was taken from a recording from my iPhone. So if anyone wants to be a part of this, you don't even have to come to my house. I can do this remotely, and I never knew I could do it until last night. So please, anyone, this could be anyone at all. I'm excited because my mate Jason up in Newcastle, I want to get him on the podcast because he and I can talk for hours. We probably shouldn't because we'll ramble, but it would be fun to have him on there because he and I have had a lot of fun. He's a Canadian wrestler now in Sydney, trained in the Heart Dungeon over in Calgary. So I'd love to have him on there, and he's beaten me up in a couple of different states. So I'd love to have him on here. So now I've found an easy way of doing it. But anyone else, I'd love to have you on. I'd prefer you to come here because it'd be fun just to hang out too. But if time doesn't permit that, we can always have like a 10, 15-minute conversation, and we can have a lot of fun.
Now, you wouldn't know it from some of the things I've said over the years, but I like people. I do. I like people, but I like them in short bursts. I don't like people for extended periods of time. I'm all right with them for a little while, but once you get up past around minute and a half, I got to get the fuck out of there.
Okay, now I just recently recorded a video talking about how distracted I've been lately. Here I was planning on starting Team Wing It and plans to take over the internet world. And then I got distracted like I normally do. Now I'm sure most of you have seen, or some of you may have seen, or some of you actually didn't give a shit. But I'm in a relationship, which was totally unexpected. But yes, my friend Leanne, my girlfriend now, Leanne. But yeah, last year we caught up for a little while, kept catching up, and and that leads us to Valentine's Day, because Leanne doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, so I thought I'm going to change that. We had Valentine's Day weekend, so it went for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and yeah, lots of fun things like hiking, sky high, Burke's Lookout, gelato, getting lost finding gelato. What else did we do? We watched Phantom of the Opera. We had a Carmies. We had bacon and cheese toasties for dinner Valentine's Day night. Sunday. Oh, that's right. We were watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the original series from the early 80s, the BBC production. because, yes, we found we had that in common. And now we found we have like a lot of British comedies like Red Dwarf and that sort of stuff. So I guess when it comes to winter and the weather sucks outside, we're going to be watching a lot of that sort of stuff and just laughing our asses off, and it's just going to be fucking ridiculous, the silly little things we're going to laugh at and go, oh, that's fun. Oh, what about that episode and this episode? And we're just going to be just bouncing off like Young Ones and also Blackadder and all sorts of British comedies, which is going to be really, really, really cool. I would tell you more about Leanne, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to yet. She may actually jump on a podcast here and there. She thinks it'd be probably better than being on camera, so each their own. So yes, if she does actually come onto a podcast one day, then we'll tell the story of how long we've known each other and all that sort of shit, because it's kind of funny. But yeah, so anyway, on to something else.
Not quite according to plan. Complications arose, ensued, were overcome.
And just like that, Spotify have shut me down. Well, not shut me down, but they've sent me a letter saying I'm no longer allowed to play the songs at the end of the podcast because it's copyrighted music and blah, blah. Yeah, okay, understandable. They never stopped me the first time, but obviously because I'm just starting up this one, it's like, nope, we're going to slap you on the wrist before you do anything stupid. So there will be no more music at the end. Well, not the copyrighted music. What I am going to do is find the funny sort of stuff off TikTok and that, hopefully not copyrighted, and see if I don't get a slap in the wrist for that too. So, yeah, just bits and pieces that I think are funny. Goddamn Spotify, big commercial bastards.
It's time to cosplay as a person who has their shit together.
All right, back to Leanne for 1 second. We were over there, Josh and myself were over at her place Saturday, and Josh has started watching the Harry Potter movies, something I still have not bothered watching because, don't care. It's not my thing, apparently. Haven't watched it, so how would I know, but I just don't watch it. So Leanne's a big fan. Well, she's watched all the movies. So her and Josh were having a great conversation about it, and then they put on the first movie, and I was just making fun of shit. Hagrid looked like a big biker dude to me. Josh was talking about how he came in on the bike and it looked like a scene from E.T. And Leanne was talking about Dobby the house elf. So I thought that was E.T. And then I confused it with Smeagol and Gollum. So I'm like, I want a wrestling match with like E.T., Gollum and Dobby, like a three-way midget alien sort of weird creature fucking fight. And my goodness gracious me. Those two were just looking at me, shaking their head and going, oh, shut up. God damn, you just ruined it. But yes, I was having fun in my own way because I don't know what the hell they were talking about. But so apparently there's a Harry Potter exhibition coming to Melbourne. I think it's April. Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. So I think that's March the 5th. And apparently I'm getting dragged along to that. So I've got until April sometime to watch all 15 squillion Harry Potter movies. I'm not going to read the books. I don't give a shit. What they have will be covered in the movies. And that's my definition of homework. Josh and I will sit on the couch and watch a movie each or every couple of days and go, right, okay, let's see if I retain that for the next one. Which I probably won't because I've got the attention span of a goldfish. I don't know, I think that's it. What else have we done? Oh, because of this, I went and bought Josh Hogwarts Legacy. It's a big open world Harry Potter game for the PS5. Now, not what I'd normally play, but I started up for him, so it loaded and all that. Started playing for half an hour. I'm like, yeah, no, give me Grand Theft Auto any day. I can shoot people and run people down the cars. I'm not making spells and there's way too much talking in this game. You got to talk to people and learn shit. No, that's not what video games are for. But Josh seemed to like it, so good for him.
And what do we say when people want to get to know us better? All aboard! Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Choo choo! No.
So as we come to the end of yet another episode, I think I'm up to episode 3. I think it is. I really should be more consistent, a little bit more productive, a little more distracted. I mean, a little less distracted. Shit. No wonder I can't focus on shit. But anywho, I don't know what I'm going to play at the end now, but I'm sure I'll find something fun on TikTok and transfer the music over, so hopefully it gives you a bit of a giggle. Let's face it, life's way too serious these days, and we all need a bit of a laugh, so that's why I throw the little soundbite things in between me talking. Well, first of all, to break it up, and second of all, just to go, you know what? I find it funny, so hopefully someone gets a laugh out there. So, yep, thanks for listening again. Don't forget to check the YouTube channel. There's shit that goes up on there. I've actually put another photo up on the Instagram, Team Wing It. So, yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more active. I want to actually get this thing going again. False start, but here we go again, shall we? Story of my fucking life. All right, let's move on with this instead of me just waffling on like everything normal. All right, toodaloo.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, what the fuck? And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.